everybody, and welcome to another episode of Come Get Your Flowers. I'm your host, Deon Egenti, and man, I got a very special guest for you. She can do so many things: social media management, content creation, photography, modeling, writing, marketing, and a whole YouTuber. She also has her own marketing/creative agency called The Pick. She's truly the eighth wonder. Ladies and gentlemen, Alaetra AJ Smith is in the building. What's up?
Oh, that was such an introduction. Oh my God.
Listen, only for the people that come on the show, Only for the people that come on the show. So, we had to do it for you. We had to do it for you.
Thank you.
Of course. Like I was talking to you before the show started that back in my writing days, for people that don't know, I was in college, I think around this time still. And I was really hungry to get more opportunities as a writer and as a journalist, as you can, if you want to say that. And Alaetra had this platform called 8 Wonder Magazine. And I was really excited about this platform, a Black woman-owned magazine publication, by the way. Let's add that in there, and I really wanted to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. And I can honestly say that Alaetra was one of the first, if not the first person to give me an opportunity in an online, magazine publication. And, to this day, I'm forever grateful for that. And I'm really, really grateful to have you on the show. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much for having me. Like I said before, it meant a lot to me that you wanted to be a part of the publication at that time. And I have to give you your flowers in the way that you really advocate for true journalism. Your contribution is everything.
Nah, thank you. Like I said, it means the world that you're even on the show. So yeah, and I gotta give you your flowers right here on Come Get Your Flowers podcast. But before we continue on your journey, I have to ask you something. Yeah. What's something you've been feeling as of lately? It could be a new song, album, book, movie, TV show, hobby, activity. What's something that you've been feeling as of lately?
Oh, I'll go with hobbies and activities. I'm really loving.
And why is it so important for you to make sure you have these hobbies and not turn it into monetization? Because it seems like there's this a lot of it's a rise in turning what you love, everything that you love, not even just a thing, but everything that you love, into content and turning it into monetization. Why I think it's important for people to have the hobbies and not turn it into that?
Man, that's a really good question, because I have studied, I guess, entrepreneurship since I was in high school. So my mind is always in that mode of you can make money off of this, or you could turn this into this. And it's just it doesn't always have to be that. It could just be something that you enjoy and keep to yourself. And I just think that's important to, not have to pour so much into it that you become burned out on something that you actually loved, just trying to make money off of it or trying to go viral off of it. Just being content with what it is for and what it means to you.
Talking about, content creation and you being a creative, what is your earliest memory of being creative?
Oh, that's such a good question. My earliest memory? Oh my gosh. I think maybe elementary or middle school, just back when we used to always have to do creative projects for school and stuff. Mm-hmm. I would always go above and beyond, and my mom would always help me with that. I get my creativity from my mom. So there would just be, those projects.
Obviously, you say you get your creativity from your mom. How did your mom influence or impact your creativity? And what was she doing at the time that inspired you as well?
Well, she does commercial interior design. So she just has an eye for, it's really cool. She has an eye for just really cool concepts and stuff in her professional career, but even in her personal life. She loves to just do festive things for, events and holidays and stuff like that. Lately, her thing has been making, and I just get so inspired by her because she allows herself to have that pocket of happiness.
So it was she wasn't surprised when she saw your career kind of aligning to that kind of field where you're being a creative, you're doing these many different things in your expertise, right? I'm assuming she wasn't surprised.
I don't think so. I don't think she was surprised at all.
Hey, well, shout out to your moms. Shout out to your moms for doing that. We appreciate her on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So, I actually was reading a little bit about you, and I see. So you've talked about growing up in the rise of the social media era, right? In the beginnings
Yeah.
of MySpace and Facebook and early Twitter, all that stuff. So, like, what made you attracted to some of the platforms that you were using earlier in your life?
Ooh, I think it was just being so interested in like this new thing that I didn't have when I was first growing up. It's kind of weird because, our generation kind of was right at the cusp of like going outside to play and not being on your phone all day to like
Mm-hmm.
having, coming home from school and watching TV and seeing 106 in Park or,
Oh my God.
getting on YouTube and stuff like that. It was like, it was just such a crazy change. And
Let's move a little bit forward and talk about, your college years, right? So
mhm,
you graduated from the University of North Texas with a bachelor's in integrative studies. So talk to me about your journey in North Texas and some of the things you learned about yourself while attending UNT.
oh, you did your research.
Hey, listen, listen, I be trying to do my research, okay? You
See,
know what I'm
this is what I mean.
saying?
This is what I mean. You can have an informed conversation. You really did the work. I love that.
I appreciate it. I
But
appreciate it.
for sure. Um, man, my college journey, it was so all over the place.
Oh, I
When
could tell I was reading I was like, this girl went through multiple majors. I see. I was like, all right, hey man.
man, because I just didn't. I feel like I feel like high school didn't really prepare me for what college was going to be, and that's okay.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that's
okay.
fine. But college was its own entity, and I just felt like, okay, I don't think I really put much thought into what I really want to be. Like ideally, I would have maybe taken like a gap year to figure out what really my passion was, because I went into it thinking that I wanted to do writing was always a love of mine from middle school. I used to have a teacher who she used to just pour into me. She saw something in me when I would be in like my writing and tag classes.
Well, obviously, like you said, during college, as you stated earlier, you were the creator and founder of Eight Wonder Magazine, which was a
Yeah.
digital magazine publication, a Black woman-owned digital magazine publication. So, talk to me about the origin of that and the purpose behind it.
So the origin was I took the number 8 and kind of ran with it. It just took off from there. I just love what it became because everybody that was a part, they contributed so many different types of content to that, and it just made it interesting. It was like a real publication. And I want to bring it back one day for sure.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's been
I
on
like to
my
hear that.
yeah, it's been on my mind since.
I've talked about it for so many episodes, just like the layoffs that have been happening in the journalism media industry is
Mhm.
it's just saddening. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a
Yeah.
couple. I know a couple of my journalism friends that have lost their jobs as of recent, or even people in media that have lost their job recent. You know what I mean? Just because of what's just going on in this time. And, a lot of people are confused. A lot of people are scared. It's like, is this the end of it? I will
Yeah.
hope not, you know what I'm saying? So my heart always goes out to everybody that, lost their jobs, especially during this time, sports. If you don't mind me asking, what made you step away from it for a bit?
I think just being in having my hand in so many other things while I was in college, and I think imposter syndrome started to set in. Like
Oh man.
once it started to really have like traction, I was like, okay, will I be able to sustain this?
Man. But I mean, I appreciate you being honest and transparent about that, because it could be tough. Like we had something like that special, and you know, at the same time, you got life shit that you got to deal with. And sometimes the things that you want to do, gets in the way because of the things that you have to deal with personally, So, I appreciate you being honest about it because, I mean, that could be hard to do because like I said, people like me I was a fan of it, you know what I'm saying? So, and what in the space that it created for journalists. Like,
it pains me where journalism is today. It definitely does.
listen, I've always talked about it. The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked,
Oh my God.
all these outlets that be calling themselves journalists. I'm sorry, man. That's not journalism to me. And I mean, I just hope that the people that are still the journalists that are out there that are still continuing to do the work are still being seen and heard through their work. Moving on, let's talk about some things that you're currently doing, right? You're currently the founder of The Pick, which is a Black woman-owned creative / marketing agency. So
Yeah.
what is the journey of being the creator of a Black woman-owned agency? And talk to me about some of the experiences / challenges you faced so far.
Okay. The agency is actually pronounced The Peak.
The
So
Peak. Okay, The Peak.
yeah, it's okay. It's not the first time that somebody thought it was The Pick. But honestly, when you say like something piqued my interest, that's how you spell it. So I kind of used it also as a double entendre, like this is the peak of creativity, or I'm doing marketing that piques people's interest. So that's where that came from.
My apologies to everyone. The Peak,
No,
ladies and gentlemen. My
no,
apologies.
no, you're totally fine. No need to apologize. Man, challenges that have come up in this journey, so many of them, so many of them. Actually, 2023 was probably one of the roughest years that I had. From there, I wanted to help people with their marketing, specifically Black businesses. I'm just going to be real. That's who I wanted to help, because there were so many people in my atmosphere that were starting their businesses, and they would come to me and they trusted me in asking questions about, what do you think about the name of this? If I name my business this, or what do you think that I should do for this photo shoot for my product? Because I will say I have so much more work to do. But in 2022, I was very busy, helping different Black women-owned businesses get their message out and grow their following and increase their reach. And
Yeah.
I loved it. I was doing it. I was and still am a one-woman show. But I hope in the future to have like a whole team.
Why is it so important for you to work with not only Black owned businesses, but specifically Black women owned businesses? Like, why is that so important for you to kind of have those relationships?
Because I'm a Black woman.
I mean, yes, obviously. If you guys did not know, Alaetra is an amazing Black woman, an amazing Black creative. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Thank you.
I think that's pretty much, I think that's the answer, honestly. We could just move on, right?
That's it. That's the answer. But
Because
no, right, because I'm a Black woman. But it means so much to me because I know what it feels like to be a one woman show and want your business to take off like any other business that you see online, but not necessarily have the understanding of how to make that happen.
We salute you for that. We salute you for that. And you know what else we salute you for?
Thank you.
Your YouTube channel. You have your own YouTube channel where you share the journey that you're in right now, right? So what is it like being that transparent and vulnerable in front of a camera for people to see?
Ooh, it's freeing. I think it's freeing because I always had this thing where I was like mysterious on social media in a way. Like I would have
I would say
that has been like my mission to just be transparent. Don't care what anybody thinks. Just put it out and just grow from there.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
it's
Allow yourself to grow too and like, make mistakes and learn from those mistakes as well.
Exactly. You have to start somewhere.
Because of the imperfections, right? And because it's so authentic, it's so real to who you are. I think that's what makes your content so relatable for people, that makes your content so personable, if that makes sense.
Oh, that means so much. That
Oh, of
means so
course. Of
because
course.
that's the goal. I think I kind of caught on to other creatives that I love and just seeing like just taking the temperature on social media lately in general and seeing that people really want things to be more authentic.
How do you consistently find the motivation to create, especially while dealing with imposter syndrome? And also, What would your advice be for Black women who want to be talented in many areas but are scared to do so?
I think I always keep in mind the bigger picture, even when it gets really hard. Trust me, there are times that I wanted to give up, and there are times that I have given up, and that's okay, because sometimes you can learn that something is not for you, and then that pushes you toward what actually is for you. When you want to do so many things, you could kind of just attach yourself to things that aren't really even supposed to be your thing. So don't feel obligated because you see everybody doing everything. Don't feel obligated to do that. Um, do what comes naturally to you and really learn more about yourself so that you can be authentic in those choices.
Man, Alaetra, this has been an amazing conversation. I'm really glad that were able to be on the show, but I gotta ask you one last question. All right. And my question to you is, who do you want to give your flowers to? It could be anybody and it could be multiple people.
Oh, I want to give my flowers to, it would have to be multiple people.
Yeah, go ahead. Take your time. The floor is yours.
I can't just pick one person, but man, this feels like this feels like an award speech, like where I get to like thank everybody.
Listen, this is your award speech before the real award speech. You know what I'm saying? When you get that real award, that Emmy or that Oscar, who knows, that Grammy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I first have to give my flowers to you. You know, we spoke about it before we even started recording, but I have to give my flowers to you. Keep doing your thing in journalism. You're already a force. So I just know where that's going to go. And it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be everything that you ever imagined and then some. So I have to give my flowers to you. Of course, to God, to my mom, my sister, my dad, the different mentors that I've had throughout my life, to everybody who continues to support me, even when they don't know where the story is about to go.
Well, you know what? We're going to continue to support you through this journey. Alaetra, thank you so much for being on the show. Let the people know where they can follow you.
Thank you. You can follow me on all platforms at Alaetra, and that's UL8RA. My YouTube is Alaetra J. It's my name, ALAETRA J. Yeah, that's where you can find me. Those are all my platforms, and that's on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Threads, all that.
And there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Come Get Your Flowers. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I love when you count me out. 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 Fuck it up.